Yangjin Dolia combination, right? We might see that first few bans are coming in. Vesakha, they go in for the pay ban. They know Jashi's potential. They know this guy can play almost any hero.
That's true. We saw his Jing, we saw his Assassin jungles, his Tanks jungles here. That's why in terms of Blacklist International jungler, he's very well-rounded as a player here. But coming into the bans here, I like the pay ban because it really stalls the tempo coming in for the side of Blacklist. You know when they get their hands on towards the Agudo, Ogren, and Pei, the signatures here coming in from Blacklist, they tend to get the game going into their mood.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out because right now, Vesakha, this next ban, as well as the same for Blacklist, will determine, okay, I was thinking,
So many jungle bans.
maybe we get the Luna out. But hey, it is going to be taken out of the hero pool for now. So Blacklist left with that last one. Do they ban out the Dolia or do they ban out the Yangjin?
I think there will be a Yangjin ban. It's probably either Dolia or it will be the Long, for example, here. So this gives Vesakha the option here. In your pick number one, is it the Ogren, is it the Long, or is it the Mai Xuanwei? All these available picks, right?
Smart. This is very similar to the Nongshim series, right? Where they're deciding to go with the series in Game 2. Raven is one of the best Loong players out here. This is a guy that's definitely going to be able to play it. And we've seen time and time again, this Loong is excelled throughout the KIC.
That's correct, whereby Long and the Channel matchup, or the DRNJ matchup, has been always something to talk about, whereby, yes, Long does falter in the lane phase against the Channel and the DRNJ, but outside of lane, if he gets it going, is what this Long pick excels so well on. But Blacklist, amping up the tenfold in the team fight here. Dharma, Mai Xuanwei, locked in.
Yeah, the last time I casted the Blacklist International series, I was like, oh, Chammy 1 gets the Dharma, the game is over. Until that has been proven wrong, I think that he's going to be very fine on this one. Blacklist International might just go up 2-0 because of this pick.
Exactly. I mean, this is one of the signature heroes that has been put out many a times since we have first been introduced to Blacklist International. But Vesakha, they're going to say no towards the burst potential. Here comes a huge tank in the form of the Ogren.
Yep, the Ogren being the frontliner for the side of Raven's Long makes a lot of sense for Vesakha's lineup here. And then you also have the Diadea on the hands of Junyo to pump in these heals against these big bursty lineups here. But Blacklist International, you know them, they favored Agudo into the Ogren matchup.
Yeah, they do that time and time again.
You like this new Agudo?
That's pretty
good.
good.
He does well against the Ogren?
Well, if you look into his build, he really favors those on-hit attack speed items, and then you will eventually build into the Daybreaker, which can help you shred down the Ogren as a secondary marksman here. So Blacklist International, going into the second stage here, they have picks like the Channel, like the DRNJ, will be targeted by the side of Vesakha.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, which is to protect Raven as much as possible, right? I think that even in the last game where he was kind of focused a bit, it didn't seem like we were able to kind of see Raven of yore. And so this is a moment where when you're going in, I mean, he's on the Loong, he's one of his top tier heroes. You gotta set him up for success.
This is going to be a difficult one because if you take a look at the composition available by Blacklist here, there's a lot of lockdowns. You have the ultimate from the Agudo, you have the knockup from the side of the Mai, you also have the True Mantra from the side of Chammy 1 on this Dharma, which means if you get that stun onto Raven, essentially he's gone.
I think Blacklist International, this pick 5 on towards Chaz, it will just be a Zhang Fei to complement a few things. Zhang Fei gets to protect the double marksman and be the engaged frontliner that you need to follow up on Dragon and Chammy 1's engagement. It makes a lot of sense. Or it could be the Lian Po, for example.
What about a Sun Bin? I always like that against the Loong, because you know where the Dragon's going to... Okay, shut me down, guys. All right.
KME loves the Sun Bin into the Long, but it requires you to have multiple front lines like the Byron, like the tank jungle, for example. So it doesn't really make sense if they lock in a Sunbin here. A Zhang Fei fits much more sense with the engage and with the heal provided to the double marksman.
That's right, Sagi. School him. And with that, Blacklist complete the composition, and Vesakha as well. This is going to be a Nuwa for the side of Gen Myth. Let's see what this difference will be in game number 2. You are ahead of the timer for the side of Vesakha, because if they can't do it once again, they will have their code broke.
I think that potentially they're able to just kind of
compositions whereby you give them an inch, they would take a mile. But whether or not they can take that mile have to be proven in the Gorge itself, with Blacklist International towards the red side and Vesakha trying to equalize the series on towards the blue side. Casters, you're live.
It sounds like you were describing my ex girlfriend there with the whole taking a mile thing. But here we go. This is going to be match number 3, game number 2. Vesakha Esports, are they able to bounce back against a Blacklist here?
That's going to be a very important question. And right off the bat, you can see the aggression coming in from the side of Vesakha. Now, it's going to be a one-on-one clash lane. Champion 1 not doing too well against Val, but he did manage to push the advantage.
Yeah, pushing it. I mean, you want any sort of advantage. I mean, it's not even minute 1 at this point. But Raven, the biggest thing for him is he's by himself. They're trying to give him a level advantage. At the same time, Blacklist International steal the spike tail under Ball's nose.
Okay, so this is going to be very important because this opens up the map for the side of the Space Sprite, which means Blacklist get the faster rotation once again in game number 2.
Yeah. For Vesakha right now, it's all about Nev. How much farm can you go? Raven is going to be the other guy, but I think that Gen Myth, for him, it's about making some rotations. Maybe you get some pickoffs, have that annihilation. But if anything, you're going to funnel that farm into Nev.
I mean, ideally on the side of Vesakha, you want them to be invading. You want them to get the level advantage. But right now, because of the ability of wave clear from the side of Blacklist, they just are doing a little bit better, which is kind of surprising because the Mai is not known for clearing waves.
Yeah, it's not. It's about those ganks. So, like, this first 5-10 minutes, key, right? How much pressure does Dragon do on the side lanes? Is he able to get some sort of a, you know, pick off here and there? If they got first blood, that'd be gravy.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be great. But once again, Raven.
Yeah, just a little bit of damage. The pushback, the Wolves are going to be under attack on the Raven on that one, but he's a little bit low. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, there is heals coming out from Jin Young as well. They are the deadly duo from their side of IKL. But then we have the special and deadly duo of BKL, Golden Kite and Chess. Let's see how this is going to be.
Yeah, Chammy 1, he's in familiar territory. Being outnumbered is like, how many guys can you bring on this one? Trying to go for the gank, and it means there's going to be an Raven! But Raven gets picked off. Golden Kite gets the snipe out, finding him, and Raven was not level 4 to get on his dragon.
And he is golden. That's why he has golden in his name. Golden Kite, you have said it before. He has so many kills in KIC 2025, and this is one more down the list.
Oh, you talk about the golden in his name. I'm talking about the 1 in his name that I just saw right now.
All right, so it's the golden 1.
Golden Kite getting that one. And now Blacklist International doing a great job. They're going to use that first blood, turn that into a bit of a snowball here. But Joshi doing a great job keeping on pace with Nev.
I mean, at this point, Joshi, I think he actually has the advantage because he does have the release, allowing him to take that jungle buff just so much quicker.
Yeah, it's all about that speed. Look at Blacklist International, the Umbrella Outburst onto Nev. This is going to be very lucky if they go the truth, pushing him back. They've got Nev in a great spot. They're trying to lock him down, but where's the damage? And they finally get him, Chaz. And now here comes the box. They're trying to knock him around with a creation, and the annihilation is going to hit a couple, but they're not going to get anything more. But they find Golden Kite instead. Raven gets the pick off onto that, and Dragon dashing away. Joshi still hasn't found the target.
It's a 1-for-1. Nev falls in place of Golden Kite. Both are important markers and members on both sides. So Vesakha and Blacklist, they will be able to equalize this difference for now. It's neck and neck. I would consider this to be no difference in gold.
Yeah, no difference in gold, but this series going in, it was going to be the best of PKL, and on the other side, you're looking at IKL. This is the 3rd place team. If you're a fan of IKL, you're like, oh, this is the best you got.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's inherited, right? So maybe they haven't realized the full potential yet. But Blacklist, once again, still in dominating fashion. But at the moment, Vesakha, they do have a slight goalie going up against Blacklist.
Yeah, it's all about that lead, and Vesakha really taking the fight to Blacklist. They've been very reactive in this sense. Very worrying, considering the fact that Vesakha Esports have a great late game composition.
Yeah, they need to buy lesser time, or give lesser time to the side of Vesakha. That's the game plan for the side of Blacklist.
Oh, Umbrella out first, push back. He gets the stampede on it too, setting it up with Dragon, but Genmith over the wall. Dragon is in a bad spot. He's going to be traded away. Nev is very low. It looks like he's going to limp to safety.
But we don't care. On the side of Blacklist, you get the neutral objective. So you can get the life of Dragon, that's fine. But we have to make a trade, and the Tyrant is the best trade possible.
You know who cares? Dragon, because he died, right? I think that, I mean, he sacrificed himself for that Tyrant, so I think that he will be happy, but those are the kinds of plays you want to be making, and Dragon doing a great job setting it up with Chaz as well.
Yep, and look at the benefit. This now amplifies the jungling speed on the side of Joshi as well. He's level 9, already has half a level of EXP against Nev, and this could be the turning point for them.
Definitely a turning point. Chammy1 on the other side. He's so happy having Nev there. I mean, you spot it out. It's key, right? It's like, you know you're not really at any sort of danger.
Oh, no!
Oh, the truth. He says nay to Nev. He's like, thanks for coming to the top lane. Walk your way to the enemy jungle.
Which is crazy because the reset is 15 seconds, but that's 15 seconds too long. Now they can't take this.
Nice annihilation. The Crimson is actually going to be picked up by Just G. Gets the smite.
Yeah, look, this is the value, right? Small things do matter at this point. Chammy1 putting defense against two different members of Vesakha. They can't do anything.
Can't do anything. I mean, but now here comes the revenge tour. They find Bao, who flashes, and it looks like they don't really have the catch. They have the Kachuzen on, but it looks like they might have found a better target in Nev. They're going to be focusing on Furballs on there, and Chammy1 getting the kill.
He had no answers. They did not know that Nev was there. They actually wanted to use a TP and instead found a better target in the form of Nev there.
Yeah, I think at the same time, Ball would have been like, actually, maybe I sacrificed myself to protect Nev, because Nev is the guy. I mean, him and Raven need to stay alive.
Yeah, you can tell, right? This is difficult mode for the side of Vesakha because the T1 on the top is going to start falling as well. Blacklist, they will manage to defend the T1 at the bottom with ease. Yeah. Now, this is difficult, but the goal is still shrinking between the two teams.
All right, Vesakha right now are like, if we don't move, they can't see us. We're going to wait in the brush. Looking to go for the ambush. They tried to go in with a bitter farewell, but they're going to be pushed away. Vesakha, on the other hand, are going to take the Azure Golem.
Yeah, but they were like, hey, Chammy1 does have his ultimate. Let's not stay here.
Yeah, it's a little risky at that point because you don't really know Chaz had his ult, so if you're able to get some sort of pick off, Chaz is really not the guy.
Look, every Zhangfei in the most games across here have found value.
They find Nev, they go in, they got the Ruin Gen, they find Nev, they get the pick off, the Annihilation is there, but it's not enough to get any sort of pick. They find Jun Young as well, and they're continuing on. Chaz has been this ultimate beast up in front, and they get Ball as well. 3 members down, they want to go for Raven, but he has his Dragon if they want to go. Blacklist International, they decide to calm things down, they're going to take the mid T1 instead.
I mean, at this point, Blacklist, they are unstoppable. The P in PH stands for power.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't get that memo, but it looks like in this case it's gonna be Blacklist International taking the mid T1 and 2. They're rolling it right under the tower, not playing scared, and I love it. And they find Nev yet again. They have a little bit of the wolves coming after him. They're doing a lot of damage to him, but Nev has got to be worried. He's 2 levels behind Joshi.
That's not the only problem. He is the same level as Dragon. He's behind Golden Kite. He's supposed to be on top of the farm laner.
Yeah, there's no space, right, for Vesakha. And now the Umbrella Lovers, they find Nev. He's going to have to use his Blood Rage to keep himself shielded up. But now Vesakha, they're going to look to hold on this one. The T3s are still standing, but you got Vanguards marching down.
I've never been more fearful of the Beast in my life. I mean, the amount of Unbridled Outbursts that Chaz #1 has found at a perfect angle, but to consistently find Nev every single time, who is, by the way, the only tank of Vesakha.
Yeah. Actually, that's the biggest part, right? I mean, if we're talking about this one, for Chammy1, he's the next generation. Did you know Chammy1's parents once competed in community esports tournaments? They introduced him to the scene, and he's chased the pro dream ever since, and he's only 19. He's one of the best Clash laners in the world.
That's the kind of parents we want, we need, and we will have in the future. And for now, Blacklist International, Chammy1 carrying not just the dreams of PKL and the fans, it is also his family.
Ken, I could be your dad.
You could be, but you wouldn't want to be.
If it's all about esports, but here we go. Blacklist International, again, the pressure. They've got that one Vanguard, the top T3 though. Nev is still there. Yeah, he's the only tank, but he's kind of a squishy guy.
Yep, he is. At this point, I mean, the level differential is hurting them so bad. Yes, he does have the Blood Rage, but what good does that do when you're stunned all the way for about, what, 3 seconds at least? And Bao can't even stand up against the damage.
Yeah, cannot. Against Chammy1, who took literally nothing on that one. And the top T3, so much the Umbrella Uppers. They find Nev, the infinite vastness, and he's going to be on back, but they get the pick up onto Chaz with that tower. Nev with the double kill. They want to get more of a chase, but now they're looking to turn, and Chammy1 is getting bounced around. He gets Sear-stated for his trouble. They got 3 members for 1.
Okay, triple kill for the side of Nev. Great recovery. But does Blacklist really feel the hurt? No, they don't. They've taken a T3 over time. Blacklist still have the advantage.
I mean, they're still gonna feel it. These are still opportunities for Vesakha to get back in the game. Yes, it's a bit of a wash. Yeah, you lost the top 2-3, but it's not like it's the last one standing. This is still an opening for Vesakha.
True, but take a look at the goal difference, right? Close to 4,000 goal ahead for the side of Blacklist, and once again, Joshi on his own here.
Oh, he might go for the steal. Ball looking to zone him away. He's going to be found out. Furball is up in front. They've been pushed back with that annihilation. They're trying to go for this Tyrant, and it's going to be very close, and Raven gets the steal, and now Nev is in a bad spot. He wasn't able to get over the wall, so he trades his life away for the first Shadow Tyrant of the game.
And now they're out of a tank for the next 30 seconds of Blacklist. They can definitely make this one hurt.
Yeah, they're going to go for the Overlord. Just they'll take that one instead, right? Space, give it. Space, take it. We'll take that one.
Yeah, man, right now, it's a look at the damage. This is with the Primal Bond. Yeah, this is with the Primal Bond.
Okay. I mean, they're going to pick this one up. I mean, they're not too scared in that sense, but Vesakha just fixing the lanes. They got to worry about the top one before they go. But now let's talk a little bit about Raven. He's about 700 gold behind Golden Kite. This is a bit of a worry as we only get, 11 minutes in.
It's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue now is that he's behind in farm against Joshi. He's meant to be able to melt down the tanks. And if you can't take down Joshi, you can't take down Chaz. That's a huge problem because then the access is open up for the side of Blacklist International. Anyone can get their hands on Raven. Anyone can force out that infinite fastness. And once you're out of your ultimate, you are on death's door.
Yeah, for sure. And Vesakha Esports, they need to ensure that, hey, they clear these Vanguards as quickly as possible, keep the T3s alive. You're looking for the late game just to go, but that bottom T3 getting whittled down. Golden Kite with that damage, and now in the mid lane, they have that Furball. Dev is still up in front, but he's only, what, level 13? He's not able to really tank too much. Blacklist International, and here comes Ball. He tried to go for the heroic play, fighting 1 versus 5. Where were you going? And Blacklist International will say thank you so much, Ball, as they take the mid T3, open up this game even more.
The idea was there, but the execution was not. And now Vesakha, this is a completely barren-based Blacklist International on the cusp of a second win in a row here.
Yeah, and with these Vanguards, the Umbrella Outburst, they find him, at least on the Jun-Young, who flashes on back. They have the Ruinjin. They push it back. The Infinite Fastness and Nev is looking to fight. They have to defend, but Raven is in a bad spot. Chaz is just so tanking. And here comes Chammy, one on cleanup duty, taking down Raven. Jun-Young is down. Nev is running for the hills, and they're going to take the Crystal and Blacklist International with game 2.
Once again, they break the code, and this...
A reverse sweep fashion, man, imagine the storyline.
It would be a great storyline, right? But
right? They can save that dish that is Blacklist for another time, but they want to take... But let's take a look at the comparisons. Nev against Joshi. This was one of the earlier conversations.
You really get that few crowd control damage into the one moment itself, which, talking about crowd control, MVP goes over to Chaz on that Zhangfei.
It has to be. Come on, the Zhangfeis of this tournament have been crazy.
Sick.